4:44 East Coast time. It's 4:44. There those numbers go again. I see you, 4:44. Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. I want you to hit that like button on your way in the door so that some of your brothers and sisters will see that we in here. Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. How do we become pure? There's only one way. We must return to Yahweh and Him alone. Nobody else. Not JC, not Buddha, not Allah, none of that. You got to turn to the God of the Old Testament, the God of the Israelites from the Old Testament, not this New Testament God stuff. No. Hit the like button on your way in the door. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I'm your brother, Mr. Real Talk. We're going to bring out more proof today of righteous divination. Yes, you're not dreaming. You don't have to clean out your ears. You heard me correct. We're going to show more proof. We already proved it already, but we're going to show more proof today. Righteous divination in the Torah. Hit the like button on your way in the door. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. That's right. And y'all know the routine around here. If you've been around here for any amount of time, we always got to give it a few minutes. Because YouTube does not like to send out notifications on this channel. Hit that like button on your way in the door, Hebrew. Hit that like button on your way in the door if you like the truth. Which I do understand. Many people are not going to be able to handle this. Many people, they just can't handle the things that are coming out as of lately. It's way too much for many of us to bear. Even though we showing it to you right in the Old Testament, it's still way too much for many people to bear. You know why? Because they're going to be certain prerequisites to understanding certain things. And one of the prerequisites is to understanding certain things, you're going to have to admit wholeheartedly, not a little bit, not maybe. You're going to have to admit wholeheartedly that the Old Testament, the Torah and the Tanakh has been tampered with. It has been viciously edited, added to, and taken away. You're going to have to see that. You're going to have to understand that. Not because I say so, but because it's the truth. And certain things are in your way. Just like if you're trying to get to 3rd grade. First, you got to pass 1st grade and 2nd grade. 1st grade and 2nd grade is a prerequisite to even begin 3rd grade. And I don't even know what grade we're in on this channel, but only the Most High knows that. I'm using that for an example's sake so you understand this. Certain things are going to be blocked and barred from your understanding. Especially when certain things keep coming out over and over and over and you see the obvious contradictions in the Old Testament. It's night and day. It's multiple things going on in the Old Testament. It's more than one God in there. There's a blood God in the Old Testament that just wants to eat and drink and suck blood, blood, blood. And that same God is also in the New Testament. There's a God in the Old Testament that is constantly telling you to destroy innocent animals, and their blood somehow is going to get you forgiven for your sin. And then there's a whole slew of other scriptures in that same Old Testament where the Most High said, I never commanded you to sacrifice nothing with no blood. You ain't sacrificing to me, number one, because I never told you to. And number two, I'm not accepting that from you. So there, in a nutshell, you can't have murder innocent animals for the blood's sake and do rituals, and then a gang of other scriptures saying no, no, no. You see that? And I know you see it. You may never thought about it before, but it's right there in your face. Maybe you never seen the scriptures where the Most High told you, I never told you to do that. And it's tons of other scriptures to back that up. You don't need blood shed for anything. All of this shedding blood to get you forgiven, that was all to soften you up for the world's favorite idol, known as JC, or Christ, or Yeshua, Yahushua. He has many names, okay? And I'm gonna tell you something that we all know. The majority of Israel, they will not admit that the Torah has been tampered with. Even though it's a gang of scriptures telling you to kill innocent animals for their blood. And then it's also another gang of scriptures telling you absolutely not. But most people would rather lie to themselves because they're afraid. They're afraid to speak out on it because it's written in the book, even though it's an obvious, multiple obvious contradictions. One God saying blood, 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 blood. All he talk about is killing innocent animals for your sins, for your blood. And then it's another God in that same Old Testament that repeatedly tells you he ain't dealing with no blood sacrifice. He even goes as far to tell you, I never told you that. You have to ask yourself, how was that possible? What do you mean you never told us that? When someone can go to Deuteronomy, Ezekiel, Leviticus, all kinds of scriptures, and pull where the Most High is telling people to kill innocent animals. So how can he be saying all these times to kill innocent animals, and then another gang of times saying no, no, no? You see that? But you want to act like you don't see that. So some of you out there, because of that, your understanding is going to be barred and it's going to be blocked. Okay? Also know this. There are invisible spirits out there. We talk about the spirit realm a lot. There are invisible spirits out there that do not want this information coming out. And how do I know that? Because I know we have a certain kind of family over here on this channel. And this is why we always got to wait a few minutes before we get into it. Right now, we've been on here almost 10 minutes, and it's only one person in here. That's how I know there's spirits out there that don't want this to come out. Now, all of a sudden, as soon as I say that, it jumped up from 1 to 3. You see that? There are spirits out there that don't want this information that I'm getting ready to bring out. They don't want this to come out. They don't want none of this to come out because there are invisible spirits out there. See, it ain't no way to shuck and jive this no more. You are on the front lines of spiritual warfare, whether you know it or not. And there are going to be plenty of people out there that are going to bend over backwards to convince everybody out there that I'm wicked, that you're wicked. Anybody here who's watching, commenting, even remotely considering what I'm getting ready to show you, even though I'm going to show you in the Torah. See, there's no way to hide no more. No more places to hide, no more places to run. And as uncomfortable as this topic may be for many, you are going to face this head on. Okay? And we're also going to see, just like in the days of old, most of our people, they were terrified of the presence of the Most High, which we should be. But they were so terrified, Even when the Most High wanted to speak with them and deal with them, they said, no, you go, Moses. We're too afraid. I'm telling y'all, ain't nothing changed, y'all. Nothing new under the sun. The majority of our people, they are petrified and absolutely terrified of the Most High, as well we should be. Look, contrary to what anybody might think out there, I'm terrified of the Most High, okay? So we should be terrified of him. But we have got to learn not to be so terrified that we don't want to go to him and connect with him and to him. That was a lot of our forefathers. They were so afraid. They was like, Moses, you go. We don't want to see the Most High. We don't want to talk to him. We're too afraid. And I get it, because I'm petrified of the Most High. But I also know that I can't be too afraid that I won't go to him. That's where we get our power from. That's where we get our very existence, our sustenance, and our life from. I am terrified, but I'm going to the Most High. As terrified as I am, I want to be right there as close as I can get to him. King David, and he says, Tavex. Tavex to you, King David, and Tavex to all the other brothers and sisters out there, whether you're on the live, whether you're watching on the playback, whether you make comments or not, okay? Everybody coming in here, please, family, not because you like me, because I understand that a lot of people don't necessarily like me right now. A lot of people, okay, already was feeling that way, and then now the topic that we on now, well, this is just the last straw. I'm being written off by many people out there, okay? Known and unknown. Some guy named Head Honcho, right? Head Honcho. I went live early this morning, super early this morning when I was in slavery, right? For like 5 minutes maybe. And I asked a question. Now, I bet you Head Honcho, he ain't gonna come on this live and run his mouth. Just like most people who wanna think that they wanna sound confirmation. Most people think they want to combat me, right? First of all, I gotta let you know this. I'm nobody to combat. You're not combating me. But however, you're having a knee-jerk reaction to scriptures that either you don't understand or that you just never knew were there to begin with. Many of our people never had no idea that righteous divination is in the Old Testament. And the fact that you don't know that, and the fact that you are not doing that, is because darkness is all over you. Darkness was all over me. But the more we turn back to the Most High God, we're supposed to be having light on us, not darkness. Okay? That's for the other people, the idolaters, the other nations who got other gods. And even for us, when we turn away from the Most High. If we are Old Testament only and we've turned back to the Most High, why are we still in darkness? How come we don't know that we used to do divination, and I'm talking righteously, but the Most High punished us by putting darkness on us, blinding us, and taking everything away? And when those kind of scriptures come out that you ain't never heard before, instead of saying, you know what? Wow, I've never heard that before. Or instead of admitting that you've never understood it before, because I know you ain't understand certain things like we do now. As a matter of fact, we're going to get to it in another minute or two. Grab your pen and pad and turn with me to the book of Micah, chapter 3. Okay? And we're going to start at verse 6. Grab a pen and a pad out there. We got 6 people in here right now, but only 2 likes. Y'all know why that is? Because most people in Israel right now, they cannot stand the fact that we talking about divination and it being righteous. Even though it's in the Old Testament. Being righteous. Yeah. And once again, just like we did the other day, we gonna prove it. See, I could come on here and say all kind of stuff, right? But can I show it to you in the Torah and the Tanakh? Yes, I can. And that's what many of you got a problem with. You got a serious problem. Why you think we only got 5 people in right now? People see the title of this video and I see smoke coming out of their nostrils. They ain't never gonna have a chance to hear this, because guess what? They're even too angry and too afraid to click on the video and to prove what I'm saying wrong. Guess what? Not my problem. Not my problem at all. I'm going to the Most High and I'm turning to the Most High with all my heart, mind, and soul. And when I come across things in the scriptures, I don't ignore them, no matter how comfortable they are. And when I come across blatant contradictions in the Old Testament, oh yeah, it's right there. And I'm going to call it out. I'm not afraid to call it out. I'm not the one who wrote the contradictions in there. I did not put that in there, and neither did you. And so you should not be afraid, nor should you be hesitant to call it out. There's a blood god in the Old Testament going left telling you, kill, 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 kill all kind of innocent animals. Innocent animals, blood all over the freaking place. And then there's another God in the Old Testament, a gang of scriptures telling you, nope, 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 no blood sacrifice, no blood sacrifice. I'm not doing it. I never commanded it. But people want to act like somehow East and West is the same thing. I'm not playing that game over here. I deal with reality. And it doesn't matter who likes it. It doesn't matter if I like it. Yeah, how do you think that all the topics we talk about over here, you think that all that stuff is stuff I want to say? You think that all this stuff is just comfortable for me? Has anybody out there ever even thought about that? More than likely, of course not. If somebody has, only a handful of you. Just like it's only a handful of people in here right now. Understand this, family. We all Old Testament only remnant, and even in the Old Testament only remnant, there's a remnant inside of a remnant. We all have to understand this. Not all of our people want their power back. The Roman Catholic Church has done a great job at terrifying the Israelites of our God and of ourselves. You don't even know who you are, what you are, the things that you can do, the things that you're supposed to be doing. You got no idea. And when I'm going to bring it out, you're going to get angry because you're afraid. But you notice, everybody who wants to combat anything I'm saying, you notice not one person can drop some scripture in here to disprove a thing that I'm saying. Like Head Honcho on the live stream this morning, I asked a simple question. Is casting lots divination, yes or no? I already know the answer to that, just like y'all do. I said, is casting lots divination, yes or no? You notice most people, they won't say a word because they know it's divination. They won't say a word. You got to ask yourself, why won't people talk? Huh? Because they know it's divination. I said, is casting lots divination, yes or no? And Huntsville said, yeah, it's divination, and it's a capital crime. It should be punished by capital punishment. And guess what? I said, okay, now, since you said casting lots is divination, which it is, but he said it's a crime and it should be punishable by capital punishment, meaning he wants me to get put to death. Now, then I asked him, okay, should Joshua be put to death? And I posted Joshua 18:10 with Joshua casting lots, which Head Honcho, if you on here right now, he clearly admitted that casting lots is divination. I know everybody in this live stream right now, you all know that casting lots is divination. Just like Head Honcho knows, just like I know. And Head Honcho said it should be punishable by capital punishment, meaning he wants me to get put to death. So I asked him, should Joshua be punished with capital punishment? Is it a crime and a sin? Because Joshua was casting lots. He said that that's a crime and a sin, and it should be punishable by capital punishment. I asked him, should Joshua get capital punishment? He didn't say a word. You see that? Do you see that? He didn't say a word because he doesn't have a leg to stand on. King David says, at some point, it's going to be worldwide. The spirit realm going to be cracked open, dark and etc. And when they do see, it's going to scare the dog shit out of them. Some going to get locked up with them idolatry. Facts. Jason Edwards says, at King David, Your posts be fire, getting at JC, Yahweh, Wicked Camps, 2/3 Heathens. Yes, they do, Jason Edwards. And good to see you in here, brother Jason Edwards. Todd X to you, Jason Edwards, and Todd X to everybody. And yes, King David's posts do be fire. He be going in. Jason Edwards says, YouTube erasing my comments. Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Look at that, y'all. Look at that. I'm not surprised, though. That's why we always got to wait a couple of minutes when we come in here, y'all. Because of stuff like this. It would be way more of our family members in here right now. But I know YouTube is hiding this. And the rest of our family members, they're so upset about seeing this title. The church has scared them off. And this is only going to be for, I guess, a remnant of Israel. Because most of the Israelites don't want their power back. Jason Edwards says, Todd X, Mr. Real Talk, at King David, Psalms 144. Todd X to you, Jason Edwards, and everybody else out there. Guys Good says, Shalom, all on the live, and Mr. Real Talk. So is casting lots restricted to the priests alone, or was all Israel allowed to do this? Guys Good, good question. And here it is. The seed of Jacob are the chosen ones. Okay? In order for somebody to say, oh, casting lots is only restricted to the priests, they would actually have to show you a commandment where that commandment is at. And there is no such commandment. I've never read, never seen, never heard of casting lots only being for the priests. Never heard or seen such a thing. As a matter of fact, the scriptures won't even really go into casting lots like that because your oppressor has basically removed all things like that. It shows up a few times in there, okay? And you ain't never seen or heard a commandment that says casting lots is only for the priests. Absolutely not. For somebody to hit you with that, they would have to show you the commandment for that. That's how you know. And see, they already got automatic trap doors set up for us to fight against our own self and our mind. So you won't even try to get your power back, so you won't even look into it. This world does not want you even thinking about it, let alone researching it. They want you to gloss right over the fact that Joshua was casting lots. And he ain't the only one that was doing it. Even the other nations was doing it. Everybody's doing it. Here's the thing. You were given power. All of Jacob, okay? Jacob wasn't a priest. Jacob was doing divination. And I'm going to show that to y'all right now. See, we dispelling all myths, all rumors. We are the children of Israel. It is our birthright to connect to our God. He gave us powers. Because we were wicked, he took them all away. The nation of Israel is supposed to be able to do divination righteously. But he took it away from us because we was wicked. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read it to you. We got all kind of stuff that we could be doing, but the church has scared us off, y'all. Yeah, Guys Good says, I want my power back. Me too, Guys Good, and we're going to get it back too. J.R. Meadows says, 100, my Hebrew family. What's good, J.R. Meadows? Good to see you, bro. King David says, at Jason Edwards, appreciate it. And Todd Vex at Guys Good. And sometimes YouTube be butchering my posts so bad, make it seem like I don't have a grammar. Then I edit it, get worse. Be trying to make me delete my posts in frustration, but it won't work. Laugh out loud. Hey, King David, that's exactly what they be doing. And it's funny that you just verbalized that because we know that out here, but you verbalized it, letting us know that what? Y'all, we are all connected, y'all. King David says, I said, got a hold to our book. Shit, put hold to in our book. I was like, yo, yeah, yes, they did. Guys Good says, yes, Christianity had me docile and fearful. I'm still working through not being scared of certain things. Yeah, Guys Good. That's the trap that they did to our minds. They all see that's their witchcraft. That's their divination. See, they got theirs, and see, we haven't used ours in thousands of years. And that's why our people are so afraid, y'all. And I understand it, y'all. Look, do you think that I think it's no way that I thought I would be talking about divination and doing righteous divination and magic? I thought all divination was satanic, evil, and wicked because of their programming. And look, it's more than one God in the Old Testament, y'all. Most High willing, this weekend, I'm going to do a lesson about the blood God in the Old Testament and how you are not to sacrifice any kind of blood sacrifice. There is no such thing as a righteous blood sacrifice. It doesn't exist. And the only reason why we think that it does exist because there's more than one God in the Old Testament. There's a blood God saying, kill, 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 kill. And then there's another God saying, absolutely not, no, 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 no. But nobody knows about that God. At least nobody wants to acknowledge that God. But we do. You're not to be murdering innocent animals for their blood and saying, this is going to help cleanse my sin. That's witchcraft. That's divination on the other side. Okay? Can't make this up. And the whole world is afraid that the nation of Israel is going to start doing righteous divination again because they know once we do, ooh wee. I ain't even got to go there. Y'all know what's going to happen. Once we really get a grip on this and understand that, first of all, this is something that we all had, but because of the wickedness, it got taken away. And we getting ready to read it. We're going to start with that first, okay? No, first, I'm going to take you to the spot that all of the world goes to get you to be afraid of divination. And also it's going to show you that there's more than one God in the Old Testament. There's one God saying no divination at all. And then there's another God that not only had you doing divination, he took it away because of your wickedness. And he put you in darkness instead of light. I'm going to show it to you, though. Enough of me running my big black mouth. Now we're going to get to the nuts and bolts. And you're going to see why so many people are uptight right now. Okay? J.R. Meadows says, thumbs up, people. That's right. Hit that thumbs up like Brother JR said. And shout out to you, JR Meadows. Good to see you. King David says, biggest fear they got on our people, you going to burn day and night if you don't worship JC like he Yah. But Yah said the opposite. He said, kill anybody who don't worship Yah only. He share not his glory. Y'all see that? But most people, for some reason, people can't see that. Just like for some reason, most people can't see what I'm getting ready to show y'all, even though it's right in the Old Testament. King David says, and people won't know that cause, and people won't know that because they said the Torah is washed. JC is the new way. Exactly. You see that? Do y'all see that? So look, let's go ahead. Here's where we're going to go. We're going to go to the spot that they use to scare the hell out of you. Okay? And letting you know that the scriptures has been manipulated, okay? Watch this. Deuteronomy chapter 10. I'm sorry, hold up. Hold up. 1 second. Deuteronomy chapter 18. Grab your pen and pad. And y'all, family, get those likes up, family. Get those likes up so that other brothers and sisters can see this. I'm not just jaw-jacking. We in the Old Testament right now. Sound confirmation, which most Hebrews on this channel at least claim that they're Old Testament only, right? So let's listen up as we go into the Old Testament, okay? Listen good, fam. Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Here's where the whole entire world goes to because this is what we all been taught. And this is what I would have went to at one time. Listen, Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Let them not be found among you one who sacrifices his son or his daughter in the fire, who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft. Verse 11, cast spells, or who consults familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. Verse 12. Anyone who practices these is abominable to Yahweh. And because of these abominable practices, Yahweh, your father, is driving out the nations in front of you. Okay? That's where everybody goes, right? You see? No witchcraft, no sorcery, no divination. But one key part that the majority of people miss, it starts off telling you in verse 10, let them not be found among you one who sacrifices his son or his daughter in the fire. The prerequisite to this is blood sacrifices, killing somebody. Sound familiar? Sound just like Christianity and any other demonic ceremony where somebody got to be sacrificed. Everybody chooses to skip right on over that part with keeping in context. Or you see, no divination, no divination. So once again, we got to press pause. Why was Joshua doing divination? Or is there anybody in here right now? And I just want to know. If it's not, then you won't say nothing. Is there anybody in here right now who will actually try to say that casting lots is not divination? Is there someone in here right now who would try to make that claim that casting lots is not divination? And if there is someone in here who would try to make that claim, I know you really don't know what casting lots is. You have no idea. Divination has many forms. Casting lots is just one of them. Go do your research. Joshua was casting lots. He didn't go pray to the Most High. He didn't go meditate. He directed the children of Israel what to do. Bring me this, bring me that, and I'm going to cast lots over it in the presence of Yahweh. How come he didn't go and wait for the Most High? How come he didn't pray? How come he didn't meditate? He said, no, I know what to do. I'm going to cast lots. Head honcho told me casting lots is a crime, a sin, and is punishable by capital punishment. Should Joshua get capital punishment for casting lots? That's what Head honcho said. Head honcho said, yes, it's divination because he knows it is. Just like many of you out there know casting lots is divination. Should Joshua receive capital punishment and get put to death? If divination is wicked, Joshua in 18, Joshua was being wicked, casting lots. But not one of you out there got the guts to call Joshua wicked, because you know he ain't wicked. So you know what that must mean? That must mean that casting lots some way, somehow, has a righteous side to it, doesn't it? That's why nobody in here, I dare somebody to call Joshua wicked for casting lots. I dare you. And if anybody in here will call Joshua wicked for casting lots, I know you have no idea what's going on in the Old Testament at all. And you definitely don't want no spiritual power. You're afraid. And not only are you unafraid, you don't know. You're unknowledgeable of this. You don't know nothing about this. Deuteronomy 18:10, let there not be found among us one who sacrifices his son or daughter in the fire, who practices divination. Because when they're throwing their children in the fire, they're doing divination while they're doing it. That's a part of it, sacrificing. Because there's unrighteous divination and there's righteous divination. I know you see it. Somebody out there sees it, but you're still too whatever you are. I don't know. That's something you got to work out with the Most High. Unless you want to call Joshua wicked. I'm waiting on that one. I'm waiting on somebody to call Joshua and his casting lots wicked. Because it is divination. I know it. You know it. Head honcho knows it. And he said that it's a sin. Where is he getting that from? Maybe right here, Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Now, let's go check out something else. Turn with me to the book of Micah. Prepare to have your socks blown off if you dare. We're going to read it from the Amplified version and we're going to read it from the King James version. Yeah. Turn to the book of Micah, chapter 3. Prepare to be amazed. If you're honest with yourself, prepare to be amazed. And what we get ready to read, maybe you read it before, but I tell you this, I know you glossed right over it. I know you did. Because if you didn't, what I'm saying to you right now should be no shock to you. Shouldn't be a shock to you at all. Okay, now first, we're going to read it in the King James first. All right? We got brother King David. King David says, see, they was being slick. It was all in one to let you know, don't do divination blood sacrifice. Anything definitely humans cause, if you know law, it's a sin to harm innocent, but they broke it up. To make it seem like divination as well, nah, the way they was doing it was wicked. And you know what? Right now, I can step off right now. King David just told you. King David flat out, and you know why he just flat out told you? Because King David sees very clearly what many of our people have a very hard time to see. But I know one thing, anybody on this live stream right now, anybody in here right now, I know that you have a firm grasp of what I'm saying, of what King David just showed you. Is there anybody in here right now who does not understand what I've been saying, what I've showed you, what King David just laid it out so. I mean, I think a small child can understand this. Once we start breaking it down like this, and y'all see that too, prerequisite. That starts off Deuteronomy 18 and 10. It starts off talking about people passing their children through the fire. And then it says no divination. You know why? Because as they're killing their children, shedding their innocent blood, they're doing divination to their demon gods. Kind of like you Christians out there. You know, drinking your blood, eating your bodies. That is divination. Anybody out there who believes in the blood of Christ, you are doing divination. You're a sorcerer. Guess what? IUIC, you're a bunch of sorcerers. Divination is what you all are doing. Every one of us have been doing divination, whether you know it or not. What do you think it is when you praying in the name of Yah? What you think that is? Yah is invisible. If somebody was to walk in and see you mumbling and humbling, what are you doing? It's invisible stuff. You're doing some kind of ceremony, some kind of ritual. You're doing divination. You're talking to an invisible deity and you're expecting him to hear you and somehow answer you. That's divination. You see that? I'm telling you, I know that there's somebody out there, the wheels are starting to click now. So now whenever people just run to Deuteronomy 18 and 10, now you're going to have a little more deeper understanding about that. And guess what? Because I can already see it. People don't want their power back. They're terrified because the church has made them afraid. And the add-ons and the subtractions from the scriptures have also made them afraid. Do you see how cleverly they edited that? I said, yeah, they edited that very cleverly, just like King David just showed you, to make it all run together as one, to make you think that divination is just evil and wicked. No! And I'm going to show it to you. King David says, root word of is spiritual connection. So when you fast and keep Sabbath to rest and connect with Yah, that's divination. So y'all gonna say, bump fasting now. Exactly. Do you see that? Y'all, we can't make this up. All of this stuff is spiritual. You're supposed to be doing spiritual rituals, Hebrew, in the name of the Most High God. Not the wicked divination, like doing anything that got something to do with blood. I don't care what it is, who it is. Any kind of ceremony that got anything to do with blood, that's called wicked divination. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I know you see it. I know you see it. I'm talking to you. I know you see it. Stop being afraid. You ain't casting no people into the fire and killing nobody with no blood sacrifice. You're supposed to be able to do divination in the sight of Yah in his name. But don't take my word for it. Watch this. Watch this. First, we're going to read it in the KJV. Micah 3, verse 6. Listen to this. We're going to start at verse 5. Micah chapter 3, verse 5 through 6. Listen to this for everybody out there who wants to claim that divination is all evil. It's all evil. There's no such thing as righteous divination. Well, listen to this if you haven't heard it already. Read it and weep. And I know that many of y'all, you having a hard time digesting this one. That's why we got 8 people in here and only 4 likes. Somebody out there right now, you are so angry right now. But what you need to realize, you need to redirect your anger and direct it at the one who's responsible, Yahweh. Because you ain't mad at me. You're mad at this right here, what I'm getting ready to read, and it's pissing you off. Oh well. Micah chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. Thus saith Yahweh concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry, peace, and he that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him. The people out there that tell you what you want to hear. Okay? Verse 6. Therefore, night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine, and the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them. Do y'all hear that? Verse 6 again. That's the verse that's gonna kick your door in spiritually right there. Listen to this verse 6 right here is the verse that's breaking all shackles, breaking all chains, breaking all the please, no divination. Listen to this. Verse 6 again. Therefore, since you want to be wicked, therefore, which means he's switching it up now. That means it was one way before. Now, since verse 5, since it says what? Since the prophets even biting with their teeth and cry peace, and he that putteth not into their mouth, they even prepare war against him. These false prophets out here, you won't give them money, you won't give them tips, you won't give them whatever these niggas want out here. You won't give it to them. Oh, they got negative words to pronounce. But as long as you're feeding them, long as you're tipping them, long as you're tithing them, just like your pastor, whoever your pastor is, why your pastor don't know nothing about this? Huh? I'm telling you why. Therefore, night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision. You know what that means? Not have a vision? Whoop! Physically, spiritually, it ain't nothing coming up out of the nation of Israel. Why? Because we did not have a vision. Yeah. No prophets, no seers, no leaders, no diviners, no nothing. Therefore, night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you. You hear this again in the same verse. It said, therefore, night shall be unto you. That ain't never a good thing. It says, night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you. You see all this darkness, you see all the Inability to see, no seeing, no seers, no visions, no prophets, no righteous diviners. Listen to this. That ye shall not divine. Oh no. Oh no, Ak. What are you saying, Ak? I'm not saying nothing. You reading what Micah 3 and 6. Listen again. Listen again, y'all. This is the verse right here. This verse right here more than set me free. I knew we was barking up the right tree because I serve Yahweh and him only. Everybody on this channel, hey family, that's one thing I love about everybody on this channel. I don't care if we agree on certain things or not. Every man, woman, young person, child, older person, whatever on this channel, all agree on this one thing. It's Yahweh and Yahweh only. And because of the way all of us have been brought up under the wicked oppression of the damn devil that the Bible speaks of, we all know who this man is. I ain't even got to name him, okay? Half of the time, the reason why we can't agree on stuff, sound confirmation, which is also a form of divination. Half the time why we can't agree on something, y'all know why? The devil that the Bible speaks of. I don't have to name this man. We all know who this man is, who have grabbed our scriptures, wrestled, manipulated, twisted, added to, taken away from all our stuff. Half of the time, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I see it and I know somebody else sees it. Half of the disagreements that we have, believe it or not, we think that we disagreeing with each other, but it is your friendly neighborhood Edomite, the ultimate divination, diviner on the left hand side, the wicked side. Just like Egypt had their magicians, their diviners, the Edomites are the modern day Egyptians. Okay, maybe not Joe Blow. Joe Blow Edomite might not really know nothing. I'm talking about the ones of the Edomites, the niggas who run in this earth. They have been the one for the last 2,000 years to decide everything. Everything that we reading right here has been translated by the filthy, stinking Edomites. See, that's what we got to start doing too more of. We got to start realizing who the devil that the Bible speaks of is, okay? And realize just how deep this rabbit hole goes, hey fam. There's invisible spirits out there that do not want you and me to hear this. You know why? Because once we realize who we are and what we are, and realize our inability to divine was a punishment. Read it again. Malachi 3 and 6. I'm going to read it out of KJ. I see a couple of comments up, and I'm going to read those comments, y'all. Right after I read this Malachi 3 and 6 again, I'm going to read those comments, y'all. Look, y'all. Malachi 3 and 6. This is one of those ones right here, y'all. Malachi 3 and 6 is literally going to break the chains off of your mind, off of your soul, off of your spirit. Malachi 3 and 6 is going to help all of us tighten up. Listen, y'all. Therefore, which means that whenever somebody says therefore, these are consequences now of your wicked actions way back then. Therefore, night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision. Have the last 2,000 years been night to the nation of Israel or what? Huh? And it shall be dark unto you. Has it been dark around here or what? We talking 2,000 years of darkness. No art, no sorcery, no divination. It's all magic. It's all evil. Is it? That ye shall not divine. Family, is there anybody out there who does not see this? You not divining is a punishment. This is part of the therefore. Darkness is upon you now. No vision, no dream, none of that, no nothing. Family, Malachi 3 and 6, there is no way around this, y'all. Verse 7, I'm sorry, we ain't finished verse 6. That ye shall not divine, And the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them. Y'all, if you cannot see that, you look, you might not have saw it before, but I know because the Old Testament is powerful. There's somebody out there right now, as we are literally 50 minutes in. Those spiritual chains are being broken off of you right now, off your mind, off your spirits. And it's a beautiful thing. Let me read some of these comments, y'all. I'm going to read some of these comments in here. And after I read these comments, I'm going to go back. And now we're going to read some of Genesis 30. And I'm going to show y'all in live action Jacob doing divination in Genesis 30. Okay? Your church ain't going to show you. Your pastor ain't going to show you. Your elder, your moray, they ain't going to show you what we get ready to read right now. There will be no more guessing at all. The guessing is already over for me. It ain't nothing to guess about. Joshua was doing divination. Casting lots is a form of divination. Once you're not afraid to admit that, which I understand a lot of our people are going to be terrified of this. I get it. I ain't scared no more. And I ain't the only one neither. And for the ones who are still scared, the Most High, I'm praying that the Most High helps you to see it and that you won't be afraid anymore. Because we ain't got nothing to be afraid of. You know when you got something to be afraid of? When you won't keep the Most High's laws. And when you start stepping outside of the bounds of the divination that he done gave to us. Y'all can clearly see Malachi 3 and 6. Not divining is when darkness is over you. Darkness is set on the prophets. Darkness is everywhere. No vision, no dream, no divining, no nothing. That perfectly describes the state we've been in the last 2,000 years. Now that we coming back, the darkness is being lifted. So now what you think gonna happen? We're gonna go back to where we was before the therefore in Malachi 3 and 6. I know y'all see it. Even if you may have a hard time wrestling with it right now, but everybody on this channel loves the Most High, and we gonna be all right. Let me read some of these comments. And look, we're gonna start right here with King David's comment. We already read it, but we'll read it again. Because look, this is the biggest thing, how they try to get everybody tripped up. No divination, no divination. Deuteronomy 18 and 10, the very first prerequisite, it starts off letting you know people passing their children through the fire. And then they lump everything in there together like, oh, divination is just the same as passing somebody through the fire. You can clearly see from Malachi 3 and 6, it ain't. And I'm gonna show you more. I'm gonna show you more. It ain't gonna be no doubt about it by the time this stream is over, y'all. I promise you. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? I'm about to read these comments, y'all. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. 1 second. All right, here we go. King David says, see, they was being slick. It was all in one to let you know, don't do divination, blood sacrifice. Anything definitely humans, because if you know law, it's a sin to harm innocent. But they broke it up to make it seem like divination as well. Nah. The way they was doing it was wicked. Yes, it was. Wait until I read to you what we get ready to read in Genesis 30. Your eyes gonna pop out of your head, Hebrew. It's gonna pop out of your head. King David says, root word of is spiritual connection. So when you fast and keep Sabbath to rest and connect with Yah, that's divination. So y'all gonna say bump fasting now. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, they have. You know what? And I pray that the Most High slaughters these people, puts them in a box in the ground for what they've done to our minds and our spirits. I pray that the Most High brings the pain, brings the vengeance to them, their households, their children, everybody, for what they've done to us, y'all. Somebody got to pay for this, and somebody's going to pay for this with their life. Melissa Israel says, greetings, fam. What about their rosary beads? Wicked divination to the sacrifices, blood God. What's going on, Melissa Israel? Greetings to you and greetings to everybody else out there. And you're right, just another example. We've been surrounded by divination our whole life. It's just you ain't never seen no righteous divination. How many people on this live stream right now even knew that there was a such thing as righteous divination? Huh? We got Hazel Wizards in the building. What's going on, Hazel Woods? Hazel Woods says Leviticus 19 and 26, do not practice divination or seek omens. Okay, Hazel Woods. Hey, Hazel Woods, good to see you up in here as always. Okay, and Hazel Woods, I see that, and guess what? Now, put that up against Malachi 3 and 6 that we just read. You know what I'm saying? And we can see right away, it ain't holding up. So Hazel Woods, you will have to be able to explain Malachi chapter 3 and verse 6 where the Most High brought darkness over Israel. And he says, you shall not divine, because now I'm putting the darkness on you. And you will also have to explain Joshua doing divination with casting lots. It's no way around it, Hazel Woods. And I'm going to show you proof. I'm going to read to you what Jacob did divination. We get ready to read it in the Torah. And this is a beautiful live stream right here. We want everybody to bring out every scripture that you got. And also this proves to us what we already know. There's more than one God in the Old Testament. There's a God telling you to murder innocent animals for the forgiveness of sins. And there's another God saying, no, 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 no. There is a God in the Old Testament telling you, no divination, no divination. Why was Joshua doing divination? Now, I know we're not going to try to say that casting lots is not divination, because that's very easy to, we all know casting lots is divination. Very true. Okay, Hazel Woods, we getting ready to read it, Hazel Woods. We getting ready to read it, because I can't just say that without proving it, right? Hazel Woods, please don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. And also, you have to explain Malachi 3 and 6. How come the Most High took away divination when he placed darkness on Israel? And he said, therefore. So before he placed the darkness on Israel, can you explain that, Hazel Woods? Is there anybody out there who can explain the Most High stripping us? Or look, we can read it again. Here's the Amplified version, Malachi 3 and 6. Therefore, whenever somebody says therefore, you know that they're meaning they're switching up the program now. Pay attention, y'all. It starts off saying, therefore, here's the consequences for being wicked in the very verse above we already read. Therefore, it shall be night to you. Right off the bat, we know that ain't good. It will be night to you. That ain't good. So that you shall have no vision. That ain't good. Then it says, yes. Confirming, just in case you're like, oh no. It says, yes. Yes. It shall be dark to you without divination. Uh-oh. 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 Hey, Hazel Woods, you have a serious problem right here. A serious problem right here. Anybody on this live stream right now, do you not see this? Part of the Torah is going left, part of the Torah is going right. Part of the Torah is saying no divination. You just saw what I just read right here. Is this not very contradiction statements? Very contradiction. And Hazel Woods, I'm not even gonna lie to you, Hazel Woods. I don't rely on Google. We can check Google, we can check Chat GPT. We use all those things. I'm reading right here, and I know that everybody on this live stream can see this. It may be scary, but you cannot get around this. There's no way around this, Hazel Woods. Joshua casted lots, Hazel Woods. Hazel Woods, Joshua casted lots. And look, forget even if Joshua didn't cast lots, which he did. Malachi 3 and 6, Hazel Woods. And not just the Hazel Wood. This is a heavy, overwhelming people on the channel. Most people on the channel right now, y'all think I'm wicked. Even though I'm showing you right here, the fact that you cannot do divination, that's a punishment. Punishment. Darkness setting over the prophets, that's a punishment. Therefore, it shall be night to you. That's a punishment. Even though we're reading it right out of the Old Testament, most people still can't see it. You know why? All of us are still in darkness. We have not totally came out yet. If we did, we've had spiritual power. Not one Hebrew Israelite out there amongst us has spiritual power. Nobody sees nothing wrong with that, fam. It's something definitely wrong with that. It's something definitely wrong with that. But look, Malachi 3 and 6, it doesn't need me to go out and push. Malachi 3 and 6, it says what it says. Even though that may be painful to many of you, it says what it says. And now we're going to read Genesis chapter 30. And y'all watch and listen and see Jacob doing divination in the Torah. It's going to blow you away. And you're going to ask yourself, how come I never saw this before? And it's right there. It's right there, y'all. But because of the Roman Catholic Church, what they've done to us. No divination, no divination. All divination is not created equal. Is there anybody on here who would like to call Joshua wicked for casting lots? And no, when Joshua went to cast lots, Joshua didn't go and pray first. He didn't go meditate. He didn't go pray. When Joshua talked to the sun, you notice that it didn't say he went to go pray. He didn't go meditate. Just like that, he tapped in. That's called divination, y'all. And we're reading it right here. Do y'all not know what casting lots is, family? Do you not know what casting lots is? Maybe y'all don't know what casting lots is. You know what? It ain't that y'all don't know what casting lots is. You know what casting lots is. But because the witchcraft of America and the church, most of our people, you can't see it. And not one Old Testament Hebrew Israelite, not one person among us got spiritual power. Nobody sees nothing wrong with that. Huh? And when we was idolaters, that's cool. But we ain't idolaters no more. How come not one Old Testament only Hebrew out there got a lick of spiritual power? Not one of us. You know why? Because there's something that's been missing. And it ain't just sitting back, just waiting either. We got to get active. Your forefathers was active. Once again, when Joshua went to cast lots, you notice that it didn't say that he prayed first. It didn't say that he meditated first. He didn't pray. When he talked to the sun, did it say that he prayed first? That he went and fasted first? In the heat of battle, he spoke to the sun. If you saw somebody do that today, you know what y'all would say? Witchcraft, he doing sorcery, ain't nothing changed. I said it over a year ago. If somebody was out there right now, or Old Testament only Hebrew, they could be doing miraculous things in the name of the Most High God. You know what y'all gonna say? Y'all gonna say witchcraft. I already see it. We ain't nobody even done nothing yet. Just the fact that we're looking into it. Most of y'all out there becoming completely unglued. And look, most of you out there won't even admit that the Torah has been rifled through. Going east and west at the same time. Add-ons and subtractions. It's no way we're going to agree on everything. It ain't possible. But some things, look like this. Look, I'm going to read this again. I'm going to read Malachi 3 and 6 again. And then I'm going to go read Genesis and 30. And I'm going to show you, forgive me running my mouth, Jacob did do divination. And we're going to read it. And after we read it, I want y'all to tell me, is this divination or not what Jacob was doing? We're going to see. Listen to this again. This is undefeated. And I know it makes a lot of people feel comfortable. It ain't no way to dance around this. I'm not even going to try to dance around it because I'm not playing like that. I'm not going to play those games. Just like it's uncomfortable for y'all, how y'all think it feels for me? I know a lot of niggas out there, you guys, you really think I'm so wicked now. And even though I'm reading to you right here in the Old Testament, you can't stomach it. Even though it's right in your face. And you think this is something, wait till I read Genesis 30. I promise you, you're going to know this is divination. Wait when I read it. You probably going to hear crickets in this live stream after I read Genesis 30. Why? It's almost crickets now. Nobody wants to deal with this. I'm going to deal with this. We don't run from no topic around here, and we ain't going to start now. It's too late in the game. How in the world we going to be Old Testament only Hebrews in the end time? Not one of us got one lick of spiritual power. Not one of us. And y'all think that's okay? You want to know why that is? I just read it right now. But y'all still saying no, no. Listen good. Not to my words. And anybody who got a problem with this, you can try to wiggle and weave and squirm. Look, these are not my words. And if you don't understand it, it ain't my fault that you don't understand it. The whole nation, none of us have understood this for a little more than 2,000 years. What do you expect, Hebrew? It's going to be all kind of stuff coming out that we never could have conceived. We've been in darkness for more than 2,000 years, y'all. Come on, y'all. Remember who you are, fam. Remember who you are. Malachi 3 and 6. Therefore, night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine. Whoever's trying to fight against that, doesn't matter who you are, you're not going to defeat Malachi 3 and 6. As uncomfortable as it is, you're not going to defeat it. And we are not going to ease up on this. We're not. We don't ease up on truth over here. We've been diving into the rabbit hole of truth for some time on this channel. And every now and again, stuff like this happens. People get riled up because they can't see it. And here's the thing. We understand when people are just trolling, and then when people just don't see it. We don't tolerate with trolls over here. We don't deal with trolls over here. On this channel, everybody on this channel is about serving the Most High and Him only. The people who don't see this, I'm not mad at you at all, because I understand what you're looking at. I know what's going on. I was once in your shoes, okay? I was also in the shoes of a blood-drinking, body-eating idolater before, okay? But I came up out of it once I saw. And just like I saw that there is righteous divination all over the Old Testament, I'm not fighting against that, okay? And I pray to the Most High God, whoever's having trouble out there with this, and I know it's a lot of y'all having trouble with this. I pray to the Most High that whatever he needs to show you, however he needs to do with you to get you to see, that you see it. Because I know how important this is. You need your weapons. These weapons belong to you, and you need them. And you, my brothers and sisters, I want my brothers and sisters to have their weapons. Your weapon is spiritual power. And it ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm proving it. Like I said, Malachi 3 and 6, it ain't no way to twist it. It ain't no way to help it go down a little bit easier. And I'm not even going to try. At first, I was trying. I'm done trying. I'm going to bring this thing out. And guess what? Whoever needs to get it, they're going to get it. If you're meant to get this, you'll get it. And guess what? If you don't, I ain't mad at you. I understand, though. I'm mad at the people who deceived you. I'm mad at the people who put you into captivity and who made you think to just sit there and just wait and don't do nothing. That's who I'm mad at. And that's why I'm telling y'all that, because I love y'all. I got to give y'all a disclaimer. Because, yeah, do I get riled up? Hell yeah, I get riled up. I despise the lies. But don't any one of you niggas on this channel, on this live stream, get it twisted. Every person in this live stream right now, when I say I love y'all with all my heart, mind, and soul, I love every person in this live chat right now. If you in this live chat and you done made a comment and I see you in here, matter of fact, let me pull up in here and just read some of these comments. And just look, anybody in here right now. We got King David, J.R. Meadows, Capri 10, Hazel Woods, Gabam Minya, SP, In His Arms, Melissa Yisrael, J.R. Meadows, Yah is Good, Jason Edwards. Todd Vex to every one of y'all. And I got to pause right there. Todd Vex to all of y'all. Don't get this twisted, niggas. I love all of you out there, and I will go to war for all of y'all out there. And contrary to popular belief, you got to hear from me, the horse's mouth, because I know niggas is saying all kind of stuff out there. I serve Yahweh and him only, okay? I don't toe the line with that. And I also don't, once I see something, I don't act like I don't see it, okay? Even if I know it's painful. The very first time, the most painful time I encountered that situation was when it finally clicked and I left out from being a messianic, being a vampire and a cannibal, and I was able to see, and I crossed over into the most high only way, okay? I knew that when I tried to bring that out, I was like, you know what? This ain't gonna go over too smooth. I'm gonna be hated because most people can't see that. Just like y'all know, most people don't want to hear nothing about most high only. The majority of the world can't see it. And when we can see it, people come against us. Some of them even hate us because of it. Okay? And now as we get deeper into it, whenever I find something and I know, look, real talk, I'm not gonna bring it to y'all until I'm 100% sure. I'm not going to bring it to you until I know, until I'm sure. Just like I did with the blood sacrifices thing. Okay, I looked it up, studied it, made sure. I'm not trying to bring out nothing that's incorrect. And if I do, I will double back and say it. Just like the niggas who I used to be telling about Yahweh Shai and Yahweh Shai this, Yahweh Shai that. I had to double back and apologize to niggas and tell niggas that I lied to them and that I'm sorry for leading them astray. So, like I said, I take my job very seriously. My job is to bring out the truth. And oftentimes, it's very uncomfortable for all involved, me included. But I'm not allowed to act like I don't see it. Because guess what's going to happen to me? Guess what's going to happen to Mr. Real Talk if I pretend like I don't see righteous divination in the scripture? Guess what's going to happen to me? Even though most of y'all coming against me, I don't take it personal because I know you're trying to keep the commandments. That's why you're doing it. I know you're not doing it out of hatred, and I know that. That's why I'm not tripping, because you know why? I love my brothers and sisters, and sometimes you just got to take one for the team and just hope that the Most High will bring you around later, and you'll come back and understand later and say, you know what? Hey, I get it now. The same way I had to do when I realized I was wrong about Yahweh Shai. I double black and I circled the block. Okay? I know what I'm telling you is correct. I'm not wondering about nothing. I know I'm right. Not because I'm right, because it's right here in the Old Testament. And I'm not shrieking away from that at all. Okay? And matter of fact, you know what? Now, we ain't gonna stop right now. I just had to pause and let everybody in this chat know what's going on and what time it is, right? We're gonna stay in these scriptures right here. Again, Malachi 3 and 6. Listen good, y'all. Understand this. Once everything is finished, once I'm finished reading these scriptures, I'm going to come back and then we'll read all the comments. So comment away, family. Comment away. Hit the like button on your way in the door. Anybody that's in here right now, if you're just coming in here right now, you've missed a whole lot of stuff. Family, this is a very important live stream, as is all the live streams we do over here. Go back to the beginning when this is over and watch from the beginning before you make any kind of judgment about anything. Watch the whole entire video from the beginning. I told you I'm showing you righteous divination in the Old Testament, in the Torah, Genesis chapter 30, and we're going to read it. And we brought out other stuff too, like Micah 3 and 6. People are not talking about this because people don't want to talk about this. They don't want to know about this kind of stuff. And they don't want you knowing about this kind of stuff. I'm going to read it again. Micah 3 and 6. Therefore, it shall be night to you. That's a punishment. So that you shall have no vision. That's a punishment. Yes, it shall be dark to you without divination. It's going to be dark to you with no divination. It's going to be dark to you with no divination. Y'all, that is written very plainly. And yet, it's a stark contrast to this right here. Because this is the scripture everybody like to go to, right? Deuteronomy 18. It is in there. Forbidding you to do divination, right? And once again, there's more than one God in the Old Testament. If you don't know that, A lot of stuff you're not going to understand. There's a blood demon, a blood god in the Old Testament that wants you to slaughter innocent animals for their blood and use that in seances and use that in rituals, forgiveness of sins, innocent blood. And then there's another God in that same Old Testament saying, no, no, I never told you to do that. I'm not dealing with that. Same thing like this. There's divination that is evil. Yes, there is. But there's also righteous divination in there. And that's the part we ain't backing off of. We ain't going to stop pushing it because Joshua was doing it. Moses was doing it. The nation was doing it. So look, Deuteronomy 18. Here's where they get it from, y'all. And once again, who's the person who edited these scriptures? Huh? Who is the people who gave you the Bible? Is it people who love you? Kind, caring, nurturing? Or was it the devil that the Bible speaks of, who edited your scriptures and gave it to you? But I guess none of that matters at all. Deuteronomy 18:10. There shall not be found among you anyone who makes his son or daughter pass through the fire. First of all, how about that right there? Let's just conveniently gloss right over the context. Starting off an evil ritual, sending somebody to die. Blood, you see that? But I guess that doesn't matter though, because the way they gave it to you is like that. Or who does divination? Or who's a soothsayer? Or an agar? Or a sorcerer? Sound confirmation. Now, how can it make a statement like that and then have a man of God, Joshua, casting lots? Is there anybody who wants to answer why Joshua was casting lots? And trust me, I'm going to come back and we're going to read all these comments. Is there anybody out there who would like to tell me and all of Israel why was Joshua casting lots? Is there anybody out there who wants to actually now try to change the meaning and act like lots ain't divination? Some people even call it witchcraft. Okay? You're not getting out of this. I don't care how much, you can come with whatever scriptures you want to come with out there. It ain't no way to disprove righteous divination. Is anybody out there going to try to tell me that Joshua was not casting lots? Or maybe you want to manipulate the meaning of divination now. Maybe now casting lots not divination no more, huh? Casting lots is not divination. There's even people that call casting lots witchcraft, divination. I don't care what you call it. I know what you call it. It's divination. It's magic. But now because Joshua was casting lots, you know better than to call Joshua wicked. So now you guys will have to change the meaning of casting lots. I ain't letting you do that over here. You ain't doing that over here. Casting lots is what it is. It's divination. And it ain't no way around it. Micah 3:6. Therefore it shall be night to you, so that you shall have no vision. Oh, you can't see. That's why many of you can't see this right now. We have not come up out of darkness yet. Ain't we still in captivity? Just the fact that people don't even understand that there is a such thing as righteous divination. That's darkness. I'm trying to shine a light on this subject, family, and I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. Not with my words, with the prophets. Right here in your face. Therefore it shall be night to you, so that you shall have no vision. It shall be dark to you without divination. Can anybody explain that? It's going to be dark to you without divination. And the sun shall go down over the false prophets, and the day shall be black over them. Not being able to do divination, that's because darkness is on us. You know what? I still have not seen anybody address the Joshua casting lots being divination. And you know why nobody will address it? Because it ain't nowhere to run and hide with that. Joshua talking to the sun. It didn't say he went to go pray. It did not say he meditated. He just started talking to the sun. What do you call that? What do you call that? I know what you call it, and you do too. All of you know what you call it, but it's you know what? It got to be that residue of fear from what our oppressors have done to our mind. It's the witchcraft, it's the sorcery, it's the divination on the other side. Many of I'm telling y'all, these Edomites literally, they got a spiritual lock on our spirits and our souls. They capture men's hearts and their souls, y'all. This is easily seen right here. But watch this. Watch this. Now I want y'all to tell me, we're gonna read some of Genesis 30. Now y'all tell me that Jacob himself wasn't doing divination. I want to see who gonna try to find a way out of this, even though it ain't no way out of this. We're gonna read this, and look, we're gonna read this out of the Yahweh Bible. Listen to this. And this is all I want to say, because look, the Hebrews are very intelligent. I'm not going to let y'all start acting like y'all don't understand certain things now that I know you understand. I know you understand certain things, and we're going to prove that right now. Right? Check this out. Genesis chapter 30. And after I read this, then we'll go back and read those comments, and I'm going to let y'all go, because I'm not trying to keep y'all on here for 5 hours. It is getting late. But this got to get brought out, because it ain't no way around it. Look, I could have been stopped this video. I've already proved my point. Why you think nobody won't say nothing about Joshua casting lots being divination? Huh? Is Joshua wicked? Is Joshua wicked for casting lots? Is there anybody out here in the live stream right now who's not afraid to answer that? Is there anybody in the live stream who's not afraid to answer that? Huh? I know it's uncomfortable, family. I know it's uncomfortable. But you're going to get that colonization thought out of your mind. Remember who you are. It ain't no way around it. Like I said, why do you think nobody... I've asked this question more than 100 times, I'm sure, in the last couple of days. Why you think nobody won't say nothing? Caprice said he was casting lots because he couldn't see. Joshua? I think Joshua can see, bruh. Caprice said. I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. Come on, Hazel Woods. Hey, Hazel Woods. Hazel Woods, you're actually going to say that casting lots is not divination. Wow. 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 Wow, wow, wow. Wow. So now casting lots is not divination, huh? Wow. Wow. Well, you know what? If you actually believe that, I'll just pray to the Most High that He shows you the truth, Hazel Woods. You actually, wow. Look, ain't nothing I can say to that. If you actually think that casting lots is not divination, it ain't nothing that I can say to that. It's nothing that needs to be said to that. If you actually, I just can't believe that you say that's what you believe. So okay, who am I to say that's not true? But I know what casting lots is. And now all of a sudden, wow. All of a sudden, though, now casting lots. Y'all see this now? Casting lots is no longer divination now. Okay, so I guess nobody should have a problem with everybody casting lots now. Which we know that ain't true, because as soon as everybody see you casting lots, witchcraft, sorcery, But now, I guess some people, Hazel Woods is one of them. Hazel Woods says casting lots is not divination. Okay. Well, I guess you're going to tell me that this is not divination too. Listen good, y'all. After I get finished reading Genesis 30, I want to see a show of hands. Hazel Woods, where did you see that God told Joshua to cast lots? In Joshua 18, I didn't read it. Maybe I missed it. Joshua didn't pray. He didn't meditate. He went to work. Post the scripture, Hazel Woods. You said Joshua was doing what the Most High told him. Well, I know the Most High told him because the Most High told us to do righteous divination. That's part of our heritage. But you're saying that He specifically told him to cast lots? Hazel Woods, we need you to post that scripture right now where the Most High told him to do that, Hazel Woods, so that we can read that. because maybe we missed it. I never seen it, never heard of it. From what I read, they came to him with a problem. They needed to divide this land. He said, bring me the maps, bring me whatever, and I'm going to cast these lots. But even so, we know everything comes from the Most High, which would be proving my point. That's righteous divination. But the point is, you're trying to make it seem like, oh, he didn't just act on his own. Post the verse right now. We would love to read it. And if you can post that verse, that would be good, because that proves what I'm saying. Righteous divination under the tutelage of the Most High. So either way you look at it, what I'm saying is correct. There's no way around it, Hazelwoods. There's no way around it. And there's definitely no way around what I'm getting ready to read right now. Everybody on here right now, I'm going to read Genesis chapter 30. Listen good. And this is what I want y'all to do. Once I get finished reading Genesis 30, or even before I get finished, sound confirmation. Once you see Jacob committing divination, and you're going to see it too. You're going to see it easy peasy. It's going to be too easy. You can't miss it. Once you see it, as soon as you see it, whether it's earlier in the chapter or later, I want you to go in the live chat. Only if you see it. And I want you to type, Jacob is doing divination. That's what I want you to see. Because we're going to read it. And to the people who can see it, I want to know that you can see it. And if you don't say nothing, I know you can't see it. We already understand Hazel Woods and many others are saying no divination. It's wicked. It's wicked. Just the power of the Most High. Just the power of the Most High. No. Everything has a total polar opposite. The world is based in dualities. That's how the Most High made it. Can't just have one side of anything. No. Don't work like that. Okay? Now watch this. Like I said, once we read this, once you see Jacob doing divination, and it's going to be easy, you're going to ask yourself, how come you never saw this before? And then I want to see who's going to try to excuse this away, because that's how we've been programmed to do. And Hazel Woods, understand this, sis. I love you with all my heart and soul. I'm not attacking you personally. But you don't know what's going on right now, sis. You're not able to separate righteous divination from wicked right now. You think that all divination is wicked, even though we're showing you. Watch this right here, and watch everybody out here. Once you see Jacob doing divination, I want you to go in the live chat and type it in. Jacob is doing divination. Listen to this. Chapter 30, Genesis. And we got 43 verses. Listen good. Now, when Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children, Rachel was jealous of her sister and said to Jacob, give me children, or else I will die. And Jacob's anger was aroused against Rachel, and he said, am I in the place of Yahweh, who has withheld you from bearing children? So she said, here is my maidservant Bilhah. Go into her, and she will bear a child on my knees, that I may have children by her. Then she gave him Bilhah, her maid, as wife. And Jacob went into her. Jacob is Jacob. You know, we reading out of the Yahweh Bible, so it's no J, it's the Y. Listen, y'all. And Bilhah conceived and bore Jacob a son. And Rachel said, Yahweh has judged my case, and he has also heard my voice and given me a son. Therefore she called his name Dan, that is, judge. And Rachel's maid Bilhah conceived again, and bore Jacob a second son. Then Rachel said, with great struggling, I have struggled with my sister, and I have won. So she called his name Naphtali, that is, my struggle. When Leah saw that she had stopped bearing, she took Zilpah, her maidservant, and gave her to Jacob as wife. And Leah's maid Zilpah bore Jacob a son. Then Leah said, a troop is coming. So she called his name Gad, that is, troop. Okay, we reading in the Torah. And Leah's maidservant Zilpah bore Jacob a second son. Then Leah said, I am joyous, for the daughters will call me blessed. So she called his name Asher, that is, joyful. Now Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field, and brought them to his mother Leah. And Rachel said, Leah, give me of your son's mandrakes. But she said to her, it is small matter that you have taken away my husband. Is it a small matter you have taken away my husband? Would you take away my son's mandrakes also? And Rachel said, he will lie with you tonight for your son's mandrakes. When Yaakov came out of the field in the evening, Leah went out to meet him and said, you must come into me, for I have surely hired you with my son's mandrakes. And he lay with her that night. And Yahweh listened to Leah, and she conceived and bore Yaakov a fifth son. Leah said, Yahweh has given me my hire, because I have given my maidservant to my husband. So she called his name Issachar, that is, hire. Oh, wait. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Let me hop down to verse 26. Look. Give to me my wives and my children, for whom I have served you, and let me go. This is Jacob talking. It's about to heat up right now. Listen to this. You get ready to see it. Remember, once you see Jacob doing divination in this chapter, I want you to go in the live chat and type in Jacob is doing divination. As soon as you see it, listen. Give to me my wives and my children, for whom I have served you, and let me go. For you know my service which I have done for you. And Laban said to him, if I have found honor in your eyes, please stay. I have learned by divination that Yahweh has blessed me because of you. That ain't even the part. First of all, if all divination is wrong and evil, would Yahweh let Laban know about blessings? Is Yahweh going to enter an evil ritual like divination and let Laban know that he's being blessed? I'm going to read it again. And Laban said to him, if I have found favor in your eyes, please stay. I have learned by divination that Yahweh has blessed me because of you. So hold up. You telling me that somebody can do wicked, evil divination and learn righteous blessings from Yahweh? I'm not buying that. Nope. I'm not buying it. That ain't even the first cut, although that is a major cut to anybody who says all divination is off limits. Oh yeah? Well, why is Yahweh revealing blessings through divination? Huh? I'm talking to somebody out there. That ain't even the killer part right there. I know you see it because it ain't nowhere to run right now. Right now, we all having one of them moments right now. Spiritual graduation right now. Grab your spiritual cap and your spiritual gown. Toss that bad boy up in the air. You having a spiritual graduation right now. If you can receive it. If you're not going to run from it. Should I read it again? And this ain't even the big part right here. But this is a major cut nonetheless. Major cut nonetheless. Shall we read it again? In the Torah, Genesis 30 and 27, and Laban said to him, if I have found favor in your eyes, please stay. I have learned by divination that Yahweh has blessed me because of you. I thought all divination was evil. So Yahweh uses evil rituals to let people know that they're being blessed. Nope. Nope. I ain't buying it. And neither are you. Neither are you. That ain't even the big part. I told you I'm going to show you Jacob doing divination. Okay? Although this is a major cut. Everybody out there who want to say divination is off limits and it's all the same, you're going to have to deal with Malachi 3 and 6, and you're going to have to deal with Genesis 30 and 27. It ain't no way around it. It ain't no way around it. Just stop trying. It ain't no way around it. I'm going to read it one more again. The Torah is undefeated, even with the add-ons and the subtractions. I know you see it. And Laban said to him, if I have found honor in your eyes, please stay. I have learned by divination that Yahweh has blessed me because of you. So you mean to tell me somebody can do evil rituals, satanic seances, and the Most High is going to show up in the middle of that and tell you, hey, buddy, you're being blessed because of Jacob. I'm not buying that. And neither are you. And I will continue to read for more cutting of all people who say all divination is off limits. If you from the other nations, I'm cutting you to slaughter you. If you are my people, family, I don't even want to cut you. I'm cutting myself with these scriptures, but I'm also cutting you out of love, cutting the lies out of your life, cutting the fog and the mayhem out of your life. Now, is there anybody out there who's going to tell me? Are you going to tell me that Yahweh will show up in the middle of evil, wicked, sinful divination and start declaring blessings? I'm not buying that. And neither is nobody in here. None of you are buying that. Right now, we all having one of them moments right now. As we continue to read, I told you I'm going to show you Jacob doing divination. And don't flinch. As soon as you see it, go in the live chat and say Jacob is doing it. Watch this. Then he said, name me your wages and I will pay it. Listen, y'all, listen to this. He said, name me your wages and whatever it is, I'll give it to you. Listen to this. And Jacob said to him, you know how I have served you and how your livestock has fared with me. The little you had before I came has increased greatly, and Yahweh has blessed you wherever I have been. But now, when may I do something for my own household? Listen to this. So he said, what shall I give you? And Jacob said, do not give me anything. Listen, y'all. Do not give me anything. If you will do this one thing for me, I will continue to feed and keep your flocks. Let me go through all your flocks today to remove all the speckled and spotted sheep, all the brown lambs, and all the speckled among the goats. They shall be my wages. So my honesty will answer for me. If the subject of my wages comes before you, every animal not speckled and spotted among the goats and brown among the lambs will be considered stolen if it is with me. And Laban said, agreed. Let it now be according to your word. And y'all, I want you to listen good. So that day he removed the male goats that were speckled and spotted, all the female goats that were speckled and spotted, every one that had white on them, and all the brown ones among the lambs, and gave them into the hands of his sons. Then he put 3 days' journey between himself and Jacob continued to tend the rest of Laban's flocks. Listen, now Jacob took for himself branches of green poplar, almond, and plane trees, then peeled white strips in them and exposed the white which was in the branches. And the branches which he had peeled, he set in front of the flocks at the watering trough where the flocks came to drink, so that they should conceive when they came to drink. So the flocks made it in front of the branches, and the flocks bore streaked, speckled, and spotted. Jacob set apart the young of the flock by themselves, but made the rest face the streaked and dark colored animals that belonged to Laban. Thus he made separate flocks for himself, and did not put them with Laban's animals. Whenever the stronger females mated, Jacob would place the branches in the troughs in the front of the animals, so that they would mate near the branches. But if the animals were weak, he would not place them there. So the weak animals went to Laban, and the strong ones to Jacob. In this way, the man became exceedingly wealthy and had large flocks, female and male servants, and camels and donkeys. Hey, family, do y'all realize what we just read right now? Did anybody catch any of that? Jacob separated his flocks from Laban's, and he said, give me all of the spotted ones, the striped ones, the brown sheep, the so-called lesser undesirable animals, I guess. And then you saw what he did? Did you see what Jacob did? Or did y'all miss it? Look what it says he did. Let me go through all your flocks today to remove all the speckled and spotted sheep, all the brown lambs, and all the speckled among the goats. They shall be my wages. Now look, where is it at? Look, jump down to verse 37. Jump down to verse 36. Then he put 3 days' journey between himself and Jacob, and Jacob continued to tend the rest of Laban's flocks. And this is what he did. Now Jacob took for himself branches of green poplar. Do you see that? See, we've been glossing over this stuff. Branches of green poplar. He took almond. He took plane trees. Then he peeled white strips in them. Do y'all see this? Sound confirmation. He took all these things which you guys would call divination, sorcery. He's casting a spell. This is magic divination right here. What do you call going out and grabbing green poplar branches, almond, plane trees? Then he peeled white strips in them. This is divination. This is a ritual. Look, and expose the white which was in the branches. Do you see it? This is a ritual. He's gathering certain ingredients, just like a person doing a spell would do. I know you see it. Okay? You see it. And it says he exposed the white which was in the branches. This is divination. Look at this. And the branches which he had peeled, he set in front of the flocks at the watering trough where the flocks came to drink. And it says what? So that they should conceive when they came to drink. Do y'all see this? Jacob is using divination to grow his flocks with almond trees, green poplar trees. What else? Then he peeled the white strips in them and exposed the white in them, and he put them down before the watering trough. So what? He peeled the white set in front of and the branches which he had peeled, he set in front of the flocks at the watering trough, where the flocks came to drink. You might say, well, why was he doing that? And here it tells you. Why was he doing that? And the branches which he had peeled, he set in front of the flocks at the watering trough, where the flocks came to drink, so that they should conceive when they came to drink. Like I said, I just showed you in the Torah. Now look, is there any one of you in here right now who's going to be, I don't know what to say about what you're thinking right now. If you want to try to tell me that this is not divination, is there anyone on here right now in this live stream that does not see gathering all these random things, peeling the white, setting them down in front of the watering trough so that they should conceive. That is going to make them conceive. It didn't say that he prayed. It didn't say that he meditated. You didn't read nothing where it said the Most High said, go grab this, go grab that. It just says he did that. Letting you know that what? Jacob knows something that you don't know. Something that I don't know. Now, is there anybody in here right now who's going to actually try to explain that away? I'm going to give 60 seconds. I'm not going to say a word. Is there anybody in this live stream right now, after reading that, you're going to say that Jacob didn't do divination? What do you call grabbing green poplar trees, almond trees, whatever kind of other trees he had, peeling the whites in those trees and setting them over there in front of the watering trough so that the animals have to look at that and be around that when they come to graze? And he's expecting that to get them pregnant. What do you call that? It is what it sounds like. Just like I told you it was. Righteous divination right here in the Bible. Do you see it? Do you see it? I'm not listening to nobody. I don't care who you are. Try to explain this away. Is this divination or not? Is there anybody in this live chat who's not afraid to go in the live chat and say what it is? This is divination. He didn't go and pray. He didn't go and meditate. He did something that he was clearly familiar with. He wasn't stumbling and bumbling around in the dark. Jacob knew what he was doing. Jacob knew how to do righteous divination. Didn't I tell you I was going to prove that to you? You notice why nobody ain't saying nothing right now? Ain't nobody saying nothing right now. Some of you out there are shocked right now. You're flabbergasted right now. Somebody on this video, you know what you was waiting for? You was waiting for to have one of them moments like, I knew it wasn't no divination in the Torah. I knew Jacob didn't do this. I knew Jacob didn't do that. Well, what you got to say now? What do you got to say now? Still think I'm wicked? Still think we wicked? Still think we going off by telling you, proving to you, and showing to you righteous divination right there in the scripture. Laban said he learned that he's being blessed, and he learned it by divination. Nobody got nothing to say about that, huh? I just showed you. Did I or did I not tell you I was going to show you Jacob doing divination? Well, I just proved it to you, didn't I? Is there anybody in here who would actually try to say that I didn't show it to you? Or will we all just be quiet? We'll quietly agree that I did what I said I was going to do. I showed it to you. Not because I'm so smart, not because I'm so powerful, but the Torah is powerful. Sound confirmation, and the Torah is undefeated. Doesn't matter how uncomfortable it is. Is there anybody out there who gonna try to tell me now? Huh? I'm listening. I'm all in. Matter of fact, I'm going to be quiet for 60 seconds. Is there anybody out there who will say Jacob didn't do divination? Grabbing all these different trees, peeling it down to the white, setting it in front of the joint. Is that divination or not? Of course it is. But I want to see, is there anybody in here who's going to try to lie? Because that's what you're doing at this point. I understand before, maybe you didn't know. But you see it now. Jacob was doing divination. Now, unless you're going to tell me grabbing all those different trees, peeling the whites of those trees, making sure that the animals can see it and placing it in front of the watering trough, oh, that's not divination, huh? I want somebody to say something like that. Because right now, I don't even got to tell you what it looks like if you say something that it doesn't make sense at all. That's why we got total silence in the chat. Not a word. Not a word. Still think we wicked, huh? Still think I'm wicked, huh? Oh, I'm going off, huh? How come nobody ain't saying nothing then if I'm going off? Was Jacob going off? Jacob going off, Ak. What is Jacob doing, Ak? He's going off. Here's how he went off. I'm going to show you how he went off. He went out there and what did he do? He grabbed green poplar, an almond tree, plane trees, and peeled white strips in them and exposed the white strips that was in the branches. And the branches which he had peeled, he set in front of the flocks at the watering trough where the flocks came to drink, so that they should conceive when they came to drink. Yeah, divination in the Torah, just like I told you it was. And I ain't the only one saying it. Some of us see it, and we ain't gonna stop. Where's all the comments at? Where is the comments at? I thought I was going off. I thought I was wicked. I thought I was satanic. One nigga came on here and said I deserve the, what you call it? Capital punishment. Does Joshua deserve capital punishment? Does Jacob deserve it? It ain't no way you can say this ain't divination. I want everybody on this live stream right now, I want you to take note and remember this. Remember how you don't hear a word right now. You know why? Because the Torah is undefeated. Even with all the add-ons and the takeaways. You got to ask yourself, whether you're on this live stream right now, whether you're on the playback, you got to ask yourself, how come we don't hear a peep in the live chat? Huh? Could it be we're actually correct and that there is righteous divination, just like the scripture said, just like Joshua was doing, just like Moses and Elijah was doing, just like Jacob was doing? Where did he get this ritual from of grabbing these green poplar trees, the almond tree, huh? Stripping it down to the whites. How did he know how to do that? I don't see no recipe like that in the Torah. Where did Jacob get that from? Crickets. You see that? Crickets. I want everybody in here right now, take note of that. Nobody ain't saying nothing right now. You know why? Because it ain't nothing to say. You can't come against what I'm saying right now, because these ain't my words. And I know that every person on this live stream now, oh, you get it now. You get it now. And if you don't get it, guess what? You've clearly come to the understanding that you just might as well go ahead and be quiet, because the Torah is the Torah, even with all the add-ons and the takeaways. Oh yeah, the truth is in there, is hidden. The Most High told us he hides information and he hides himself. And he has been hiding righteous divination right in the Torah. But guess what? The cat is out of the bag now. That's why ain't nobody saying a word. So you guys and gals, remember that the next time you want to think that I'm wicked because I'm saying something you don't agree with, or because you haven't heard it that way before, you think about it right now that you've heard all the evidence, or at least you've heard way more than you need to. Everybody on here has heard way more than you need to. That's why ain't nobody saying nothing. Yeah. So this video has delivered in the title, Jacob doing divination in Genesis chapter 30. Every one of you know it, and ain't nothing you can do about it. That's why you ain't saying nothing. You want to quiet a room? Dive into the laws of the Most High God. Dive into the Torah, which we just did. Undefeated. Now I'm going to read some of these comments, and then I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to read all these comments. There's a lot of comments. I'm going to read them all, though. And once again, to all of the people from the other nations out there, I mean, if y'all are here, it's cool. You want to cleave to the Israel, I ain't got no smoke with you if you're trying to cleave to the Israelites. But we are going to use spiritual power against the other nations. But to all of the Hebrews out there, understand this. I'm very passionate about my job. The Most High God put me on this job, contrary to popular belief. And I'm very enthusiastic about my job, okay? I made this live stream, believe it or not. I hope that all of you understand this, regardless of anything. I love everybody in this live stream with all of my heart, mind, and my soul. That's why I'm doing this video. I want my power back, and I want all of y'all to have y'all's back too, period. Now, we're going to read all of these comments, and then I'm going to let y'all go. Let me see. King David says, praying is divination. Why you praying to something spiritual like Yah, who is pure spirit, to get something or help, it get wicked when you ask JC, Allah, Buddha, and so on, demon spirit for help. Facts. In his arms 777 says, we can now hear angels say regular words in tongues. First Peter, they can see our thoughts. Hey, in his arms, we don't, this is not a New Testament channel, fam. We don't believe in the New Testament. We don't believe in JC, Yeshua, none of that stuff. I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Don't just run off because I just said that. But I encourage you to hang around and maybe we can help get you out of that, brother. That's idolatry, bro. You might not know that, but we don't know what you know. Welcome to the channel, In His Arms. King David says, no New Testament quotes hold no weight. Facts. We don't ascribe to the New Testament, bruh. Hazelwood says, what is the definition of divination and diviners? Hazelwood says, that's not what those verses mean. They were lying and doing divination. That's why darkness and calamity came over them. That's why the Most High didn't answer them. Well, okay, we already put that to bed. Genesis chapter 30 shows you Jacob doing divination. Hazelwood says he only answers the prophets if they are righteous. These were not. No, Hazelwood's incorrect. SP says, shalom to the chosen bloodline. Heart-loving emoji. Shalom to you, SP, and shalom to everybody out there. Hazelwood says the Most High is not dealing with us doing divination. Once again, we put that to bed. Malachi 3 and 6, and I just read Genesis chapter 30. Jacob clearly was doing divination with those tree branches to make those livestock get pregnant. We shattered that. King David says, only the wicked want to look into the future in ETC. We read that already. Be greedy and not trust in Yah, scamming. We talking about connection to Yah to a higher level. Fasting is part of it. Facts. Hazelwood says, I got Malachi 3 and 6 for you. Hazelwood says, Jacob did not do divination. It would have been against the law. Well, I guess Jacob was breaking the law because it's right there. We just read it. Clearly, that's divination. And there's no way around it. Hazelwood says, go Google Micah 3:6, BibleHub.com, commentaries. We can start from there. And Hazelwood, we already improved divination is there, sis. Gabar Minyah says, idolatry, trying to save everyone. The something liberty, trying to allow all nations into covenant, not practicing our spiritual something, what has been keeping our people in captivity so long. Hey, sorry, brother Gabar Minyah, part of your comments is like, it's chopped off, so I can't read it all. Sorry, brother. I'm reading what I can read. YouTube is messing with your comments, bro, because they're not chopping everybody's off, but they're chopping yours off. Brother Gabar Minyah says, anyone who says divination is wicked, you will have to say Moses is wicked, will have to say Aaron is wicked. Exactly. And Joshua and Jacob. I just read to y'all Genesis chapter 30. That's clearly divination. Hazelwood says, this isn't about Google. Go to what I asked so we all can see if I'm wrong. Hey, Hazelwood, we didn't already prove it with the scripts. Hazelwood, you wrong about this, sis. Jacob was doing divination. You're wrong. King David says, explain Genesis 30 and 27. Why did Yah give to her to see? It said clear as day. Hazelwood says Moses and Aaron were doing miracles, the Pharaoh magicians and divination. Hazelwood, we've already proven that wrong, Hazel. King David says facts, but they say they want out. But Yah said he gonna unlock to do things we haven't done it yet already. Saying wicked, told you reading it and living it, they whole energy change. Facts. Our people are okay with reading about that stuff, but once it starts to come into the physical realm, they don't want to deal with it. Capri 10 says Shalom. Shalom to you, Capri 10. King David says, so the whole Torah wicked. Because Yah said he gonna make us supernatural to get out. They don't want out. He uses people and his personal army as a sword, aka battle axe. Facts. J.R. Meadow says, talk that talk, Brody. 100. Yes, We've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, divination is all in the Old Testament. Joshua did it. Moses did it. We just read Genesis chapter 30. What do you call Jacob taking all those different trees, peeling those trees to expose the white, and then going sitting that in front of the trough where the flock comes so that it's facing them with the white exposed? That's divination. It ain't no way nobody can say it's not. If you say it's not, I don't know what in the world, you're thinking at all. It's preposterous at this point. Completely preposterous. Ridiculous at this point. I'm going to say it's extremely ridiculous to say that Jacob ain't doing divination. I just read it to y'all. What do you call all that stuff with the tree and peeling it down to the white, putting it in front of the water to make them get pregnant? How the hell is a tree looking at tree bark with white, different kind of tree gonna make animals get pregnant? And he didn't pray. He didn't go meditate. He just did what he know how to do. It's called divination. I proved it several times beyond. There's nothing left to prove. Nothing left to prove. Nothing to see here. Y'all gonna learn to digest this though, if you want your power back. Or maybe y'all don't want your power back. I want mine's back. And I'm gonna get it too. I'm going to get it. Let me see. King David says, and our trust is not in divination. The trust is trusting Yah. With his energy, he gonna get us out. They too caught up on the word and wicked side. I know they can't see it, King David. King David says, all jokes aside, how we gonna fight a damn tank? Like Yah said, a whole damn army outnumbered without his powers. Your damn Drake ain't doing shit. So get that out of your mind. We getting thus said Yah. Facts. King David says it's all love though, but facts is facts. We about to be out. Ain't no turning back now. F this place. We gonna get busy. Place finished, you gonna see the power of Yah flow through us, like it or not, in Yah only. Facts. Hazelwood says Proverbs 16:33. The lot is cast into the lap, but every decision is from the Most High Yahweh. Exactly. It's proving my point. Proving my point that the Most High is controlling the lots. Righteous lots. Hazel Woods, you're proving my point, Hazel Woods. Hazel Woods, I hope you understand that you're proving my point. Let me see. Proverbs 16:33 proves my point. Joshua the Levite says, Shalom at Mr. Real Talk and Chat. Terry says, Shalom, family. I finally made another live. Loving emoji. Hey, shalom to you, Terry. Good to see you and good to see all of y'all. King David says, at Hazelwoods, you not pulling up Yah without instructions and doing things right, connect with Yah. Even though Moses was that, he still had to fast and do a certain ritual before the mission. Facts. King David says, people think you just pull up Yah as you please, like it ain't no price. While Broski got fired up touching the ark because he didn't have the element on him or nothing, fired on spot touching. Facts. Hazelwood says the very nature of divination involves seeking knowledge from sources outside of God. Not true. While righteous emphasizes living in accordance with God's will. Nope. Hazelwood says divination can be sources of false or misleading information, which can lead individuals astray from God's true and purpose. And it's funny, Hazelwood, how you bring that part up, but you won't bring out, was Joshua doing it for that reason? Why did Joshua do it, Hazelwoods? Why did Joshua do it? Was Joshua looking for answers outside of the Most High when he did it? There's nowhere to run from this, Hazelwoods. Tessa Yah said, exactly, blood rituals are wicked. That's right. Good to see you, Tessa Yah. King David says, once again, Genesis 30:27, when Yah gave it to her to see, he was good. But Laban said to him, if I have found favor in your sight, I have learned by divination that the Lord has blessed me. Y'all got to stop this stuff, y'all. Hazelwood says, righteousness involves recognizing God's authority and seeking guidance from him alone. Hazelwoods, you don't know what's going on, Hazelwoods. In this particular topic, You don't know what's going on, Hazelwood. And I read all this stuff to you. This plain as day. Rather than relying on external forces or divinatory practices. Well, what was Joshua doing, Hazelwoods? How come Joshua wouldn't listen to a word you're saying? Joshua would say, don't listen to Hazelwoods. Give me those lots and I'm casting them. Hazelwoods, no, you're wrong. You are incorrect. You're fighting against it, Hazelwoods. King David says, you're proving our point. We don't rely on divination. The things we have to do to order to deal with Yah, they trust Yah, but still had to put them spiritual stone like Yah said. Exactly. Y'all just can't see this because I don't know why you can't see it. Capri 10 says, Psalms 84 and 11, for the Lord God is a sun and a shield. The Lord bestows favor and honor. No good thing does he withhold from those who walk is blameless. Facts. King David says, it's no way around it. Not pulling up Yah any kind of way. If he tell you do something, you do it. Even when you trust, he said do it. Capri 10 says he was casting lots because he couldn't see. Hazelwood says Joshua casting lots was not a form of divination. That's not true, Hazel. He was doing the Most High will. I know he was. Divination. And when he was dividing the land he gave you. I know he was. And he was doing the Most High will by casting lots. You're incorrect, Hazelwoods. SP says, if the power of life and death are in our tongues, I think we would be limitless in all areas. SP, you are very correct. But it's because of the Roman Catholic Church has tricked all of us, y'all. And we still in this darkness. And we can see just how deep this darkness goes. Here I am reading out of the Torah itself. Jacob is clearly doing divination, but y'all still gonna say no. So that's how you know. You just, for some of us right now, it's just not meant for you to get it right now. Because this is out in the open now. It's easy now. Tessa Yah said he is not. He was working for Abba Yah. That's right. Capri 10 says maybe at the time he couldn't see, so he used a different form of tool. Nope. Nope, not the case. He was doing it because that's one of the things that we can do. That's why he did it. Ain't no way around it, man. SP says, if the power of life and death are in our tongues, I think we will be limitless in all areas. Hazelwood says Joshua was doing what the Most High told him. Yes, he was. Not of his own like divination is. Incorrect. And once again, you still never posted that scripture. I told you, I know he's doing what the Most High told him. The Most High showed him how to cast lots. But you're making it sound like, oh, the Most High told him, hey, go cast these lots. Post the scripture, Hazelwoods, and we'll believe you. If you can't post the scripture, not going to believe you because you're wrong. Capri 10 says, if we believe in the Most High, how can righteous divination be wicked? Exactly, Capri 10. It's not wicked. It's righteous. Hazelwood says, I gave you Proverbs 16 and 33. Yes, and that agrees with me. You're proving my point. King David says, and what was he using his elements to connect to his power supernatural, which is divination? She keeps saying, looking in future and all that on their own, will we know that's wicked? Yeah. King David says, we strictly talking about things to use to even access what he want us to do. King David says, Hazelwoods, you keep saying trust in Yah. Yeah, that's 100% true. Yes. Why did they have to wear all that stuff? Had to get certain stone, even though Yah told the ark they trust him too. But you still got to do rituals. Hazel Woods, I pray that the Most High opens your eyes about this, sis. King David says, because if they didn't use the elements of Yah, they would have been fired up just like the old man. Even though they trusted Yah, it's no way around it. Not pulling up on Yah any kind of way. Capri 10 says true. King David says, why? Why didn't say or trust the Most High Yah? I ain't getting that stone. I need to wear to protect me. Bump that. I trust you, Yah. They knew better. Exactly. Our people don't understand that. And it's not Hazelwood's fault. It's actually the Roman Catholic Church's fault for any of us who are thinking like that. That's where that kind of thought process comes from, y'all. And we have not completely cleared ourselves of all of this witchcraft that they put on us, y'all. And I see it every day. I see it every single day. SP says there's always two sides. Yahweh himself has a righteous anger. Yes. Tessayah says Joseph interpreted dreams. Aaron, David, Solomon, and all the priests used the ephod. Prophet, prophecy, Joshua, casted lots. All of that is divination. Tessayah says Urim and Thummim. While divination is generally forbidden, there is a notable exception in the case of the Urim and Thummim, which were used for divining, to discern the will of Yah's. Certain. Capri 10, magic to gain wealth. You see that? Jacob literally got wealthy doing divination. Y'all see that? I know you saw it. It's right there in Genesis 30. And it ain't nowhere to run from this. Tessayah says, biblical perspective, while there are instances in the Bible where God used divination to reveal the will, e.g. the Urim and the Thummim, divination by lot cannot make none of this up. And look, the cat is out of the bag now. We will not be slowing down. The truth is out. And it ain't turning back, y'all. It's too late to be turning back. You trust in Yah, but you also got a gang of rituals out there that we should have been doing, could have been doing. But because of church, we didn't do none of that stuff. Well, all of that stuff is over now. It's over. Tessayah said the overall view is that Yah is the source of truth and revelation, and seeking knowledge through other means is considered wrong. King David says, using Yah elements in things. Exactly. Capri 10 says, when we do it, it's not witchcraft. It's when the other nations do it, it's because it's different gods or idols, should I say. There it is. The truth is out. And this is the thing about the truth. Once it comes out, it doesn't matter how uncomfortable it is. The truth goes full forward. And that's what's going on. King David says, might as well call guardian, might as well call garden wicked. If everything has to be power of the Most High, Yah took knowledge to plant the seed and water it, get the right soil and etc. Everything take action even though it's Yah. That's the point we trying to drive home, y'all. And I know everybody on here. Did y'all or not see Jacob doing divination in Genesis 30? Jacob got wealthy by making his flock have lots and lots and lots of offspring because he did that divination ritual with the almond tree, the green poplar tree, and then peeled it down to the whites. That's divination, y'all, and I know y'all know it. That's why nobody ain't saying nothing, because you see it. And it ain't no way around it. Capri 10 says, okay, we got that. We got that. Capri says 100. Capri 10 says 100. Yah is good says only the Most High can open the eyes of the blind, but I think there needs to be a desire for truth within. Facts. And we got to shake off that fearful spirit, y'all, because I showed it to you. I didn't just run my big black mouth. Did everybody on this live stream or not see Jacob in Genesis 30 clearly doing divination to his flock to make them get pregnant, and he became wealthy because of it? Yeah. Where's the instruction on how to do that ritual? Huh? Was that wicked? Was what Jacob was doing, was it wicked? Where's the instruction for that ritual, for that divination ceremony? Uh-huh. I proved my point. And my point was right what the Torah is saying. That's my point, what the Torah is saying. Righteous divination is all up in there. Slam dunking it. Today, this video is a slam dunk. You notice not one person is saying something against divination in the Torah no more because you can't do it. You might want to, but you can't because you see Genesis 30. And how many of you have glossed right over that? Jacob taking those trees, chopping up those branches, peeling them white and just setting it before the trough. They'll never read that to you in church. You know why? Because they got you under their witchcraft. I'm bringing you out of that and letting you know you better start looking for your righteous divination because it's right there. Where is the ceremony that Jacob performed at? How come you don't got that in the Torah? How did Jacob know how to do that? Huh? Who taught him that? Is he wicked? Was he wicked for doing that? Uh-huh. I ain't think so. I didn't think so. So now, everybody out there that want to call me wicked, you think I don't know niggas out there been saying all kind of egregious stuff about me? Now you gotta backtrack. Or you don't have to backtrack. Just know that you're going against the Most High God, thinking that I'm wicked for telling people about righteous divination. Because now I done showed it to you. Now the cat is out of the bag. Now what you gonna do? What are you gonna do with it now? Is the question. I could have dropped the mic an hour and a half ago. Okay? I could have dropped the mic 20 minutes into this video. I wanted to drive this point home. I don't want to hear nobody else talking crazy no more. Oh, no, I showed it to you. The only way you can talk crazy to me from now on, you got to start the conversation off and just go down the list. Say Moses is wicked, Joshua is wicked, Jacob is wicked, Elijah is wicked, and then I'll concede. Because if those guys are wicked, of course I'm wicked. Because I want to be just like them. So yeah, point taken. Point taken. Checkmate. Game over. It ain't no rebuttal. King David says 100. King David says, scripture said we all won't agree until Isaiah 52 and 8. We're not going to all agree until the Most High comes. But y'all better stop saying that we wicked, because we ain't. If anything, you just don't know what's going on. Ain't nobody wicked over here. You just don't know what's going on. Okay? King David says his coming, but they gonna see, when they see Torah only doing wild things, then they will know that energy stuff is real. Facts. Capri 10 says, exactly, mic drop. That's right. Capri 10 says, I wonder what's in the book of Yasher and Jubilees. We know the Catholics took them out. There's something. Oh, yeah. And I got that book. You know what? Maybe we'll start doing a little more reading in those books too, Capri 10. King David says, facts. While they say don't look in other books, but at the end of the day, why I made that post, we might agree, but we all a y'all only community, all what matter, but to the other nations, no love. For like that from me. I'm with you on that, King David. So let me double down and triple down on what King David says. If you somebody from the other nations, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got love for you like that. Because most of you other nations, it is what it is. You're going into captivity. We'll deal with you later. But to all of the Hebrews out there, don't misunderstand my zealousness for anger towards you. It ain't a nigga in this live stream that I'm angry with, and I definitely don't hate you. I love everybody out there. In fact, right now, I'm giving everybody on this live stream, I'm giving every nigga out there a spiritual hug right now. Wherever you are, okay? At the end of this live stream, which is right now, we having a spiritual hug right now. I'm hugging all of y'all out there. I hope y'all can feel the love. And it might sound funny, but I'm not joking. I love y'all for real. That's why I come on here sometimes, even when I'm drop dead tired. That's why sometimes I will do what might even seem like beating the so-called dead horse. It ain't just because I'm just feel like doing it. The truth needs to come out because I want us to come out on top. And to do that, we need everything that the Most High put at our disposal. And so I'm bringing it out. Okay? Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're not already. And I hope that somebody out there was edified. And I hope that somebody out there understands. If you didn't before, I hope you understand that righteous divination is a thing in the Old Testament. Don't let nobody play with you. And anytime you start having doubts again, all you got to do is go read Genesis chapter 30. Jacob, look what Jacob did to his flock. Is there anybody who's here right now who's going to try to say that there wasn't divination, that there wasn't a ritual? Yeah, you all know rituals when you hear one. Going and taking different trees, different branches, peeling them down to the whites, placing them in front of the trough where they come to water at. And it told you why he was doing it, so that they would get pregnant. How the hell is different branches from trees, peeling them down to the whites and sitting in front of water? How is that going to make a sheep get pregnant? Huh? How come he didn't just put faith in Yah? Huh? Why didn't he just trust in the Most High? He did trust in the Most High, but he also knew that he got to do rituals. Where is that ritual? Where can you and I read that ritual? Well, we just read it in Genesis 30. But where can we read how he knew how to do that? Who taught him that? Uh-huh. You got to come to understand. You don't understand what's going on, but you do now. You start, somebody out there, you starting to have a breakthrough today, and I wasn't going to get off of this live stream until I knew that at least one person out there is having a breakthrough. And guess what? I know at least one person out there is having a breakthrough today. And that right there makes me say, all praises to the Most High God and Him alone. Hebrews, I love everybody out there. Thank you all for being here, whether we agreed or we disagreed. I thank you all for being here because the purpose of us being here is to get to the bottom of the truth. And that's what we doing. Righteous divination. Slam dunk. I'm out.